Guys, what is going on? My name is Jay Flinney, and today what I have for you guys is going to be the Week 5 recap and also my Week 6 picks. Before I get into this, I just want to say that I do still upload and will be uploading Call of Duty videos. Black Ops 3 comes out in a couple of weeks, so once the game comes out, I will be posting that as well, so don't think I'm shying away from Call of Duty on this channel because I'm going to try to do a mix. I've been just enjoying playing Madden of late and talking about football. I love talking about football, and it's just something I always do, so yeah, just what to expect for this channel and etc. So let's get into these picks for this week. So the recap: Week 5, the Colts beat the Texans. That was on Thursday Night Football. I can't believe the Texans gave up, the Colts gave up that Hail Mary right before halftime. That was pretty sick. And surprising or not, the Texans wide receiver, whose name I cannot think of right now, is actually the leading wide receiver in the NFL. I think it's Hopkins, if I'm not mistaken. He's the leading receiver, which is pretty crazy to think. That Ryan Mallett or Hoyer may have the whatchamacallit, leading receiver on their team. Their offense is just a joke. And their defense does have talent. They got J.J. Watt, they got Vince Wilfork, and they got Clowney, but they just got nothing to show for it. And they're just in a mess, that team. The Bears ended up beating the Chiefs. I got that one wrong. The Bears win 2 in a row, so they're kind of, maybe fighting for a wild card spot. I think 9 wins can get the wild card. A lot of teams are 2 and 3 right now, so yeah, it's kind of crazy. The Bengals beat the Seahawks. They came from behind. That game was pretty insane. I was watching that game actually throughout the whole, flipping between that game and the Bills game, flicking back and forth. But yeah, the Bengals are now 5-0, and it's pretty crazy to think that the Bengals are 5-0 for I think the first time in franchise history. I could be wrong. The Falcons beat the Redskins. That game was pretty crazy. Went into overtime. Kirk Cousins with this pick six, and it just shows that the Falcons are a beatable team. They did lose on Thursday night. I got that one wrong, but I'm jumping into the next week like I always do. But yeah, the Falcons are a definite beatable team, and yeah, I couldn't believe that game. I couldn't believe the Redskins actually stuck around towards the end. Redskins are better than people give them credit for, and they're in my division, unfortunately. The whole division is 2 and 3. The Giants are 3 and 2. I'll be talking about them later. But yeah, you never know. You gotta look out for the Redskins because they can pull off some random wins sometimes. Buccaneers beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Eagles beat the Saints. The Eagles finally started looking better. Their offense started clicking, even though Sam Bradford had some early woes to red zone interceptions. He got his confidence up against a battered secondary and battered in whole Saints defense. The Saints defense is atrocious, but good win for the Eagles. It pisses me off, but it's a good win for them. The Ravens lost to the Browns. That game was also insane. I believe that one went in overtime. Did it go in overtime? I don't think it did go in overtime. It might have went in overtime. I just can't remember. But the Browns ended up winning. That guy caught that ball between his fucking legs and shit like that. It's just, I don't know, the Ravens' luck this year. They're just, I don't know, not having the luck that they usually do. Puts them at 1 and 4. And I also got that game wrong, as I stated. The Packers beat the Rams. Aaron Rodgers throws his first and second interception at Lambeau Field since 2012, which is crazy. And they also had a fumble. I think they turned over the ball 4 times in general, and they still ended up winning the game. Just shows that the Packers are they're pretty fucking talented on offense and defense. They're going to be a hard team to beat, especially down at Lambeau Field, if they can get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. The Bills beat the Titans. The Bills did not play all too well, but at the end of the day, they got that win. I couldn't believe the first play of the game, a freaking penalty after the Giants game. It's like Rex didn't learn his lesson with penalties. Guys offsides on the kickoff, which you really never see called all too often. And the kickoff was fumbled. They would have scored a touchdown to start off the game. It just changes so much momentum to get off the game with a super penalty like that. And it's just, I don't know, pure stupidity penalties, like things that you can prevent. You can always prevent personal fouls. I understand sometimes you got to get penalties in order to save touchdowns, but have a disciplined team. Your team should never get a personal foul unless it's like one of those referee bullshit things. But just play smart football in the NFL. Smart football, and you usually come out on top. Smart football, no turnovers. That's the biggest key in football. It's just no turnovers. You turn over the ball, you're not going to be successful. The Cardinals absolutely destroyed the Lions. The Lions are now 0-5, and the Lions season is over. There's no chance of them having a miracle and winning 11 games in a row, finishing 11-5. It's really difficult to come back from an 0-5 start. Even an 0-3 start for most teams is nearly impossible to come back from. So it's unfortunate for the Lions because I don't think they're all too bad of a football team, but the schedule has just been killing them. Patriots absolutely stomped on the Cowboys. Brandon Weeden is getting benched, and that will put in Matt Castle for the week. So, yeah, I guess we'll see how Matt Castle does. He'll be preparing for the Giants in 2 weeks, so I'm excited for that game. If the Giants can win these next 2 games, they'll be looking in really good shape for the, division. Nice big lead, 2 divisional wins back-to-back, going to New Orleans. It'd just be nice, but you never know with Giants football. They like to make things interesting. The Broncos beat the Raiders. Peyton Manning is the only quarterback in the NFL with more interceptions and touchdown passes, and Peyton Manning's been struggling tremendously this year. It's incredible, but somehow, well, not somehow, their defense is stacked. The Broncos are undefeated. They're 5-0, and, at the end of the day, a win's a win. Giants and 49ers game, that game was literally insane. Just completely crazy. I'm scared for Monday night just due to our injuries. Odell Beckham getting himself hurt on his touchdown celebration, as it appeared to me. He quotes that he injured his hamstring 4 or 5 plays before. Ruben Randall's been limited, but not talking about injuries here. Let's talk about the game in general. I don't know. Our defense just doesn't step up to the plate. Played overall pretty well. That interception right before half really did cost us some points. It changed some momentum. And 49ers played their best game of the season. Of course they do. When they want to play the Giants, they'll play the best football they possibly can. But something to call on Kaepernick is, I don't know, his technique isn't there or something like that. It's just, he doesn't seem like he's the same quarterback that he used to. But yeah, just a big win. Larry Donnell with the nice helmet catch. Good for Larry Donnell because a lot of people don't give him credit, and he isn't a bad football player. He's a pretty talented football player, and he doesn't get enough credit that he deserves. He does make some big catches. He also likes to fall on his head a lot. Every time he has the ball, he always has me nervous. But the pickup of Shane Vereen is just literally insane. Having Shane Vereen on your team is just such a aspect to have, a guy that can catch the ball in the backfield. When I saw OBJ, Ruben Randall on the bench, and our final drive, Dwayne Harris is our best receiver out there. We have Dwayne Harris. I can't even think of the other guys' names. But just, it's incredible that we ended up getting down that field. Thank God we were playing the crappy 49ers defense with guys retiring. Dude's sister passed away, so he was missing the linebacker Bowman, I believe it is. His sister passed away, so he missed a game. And then all, the retirements, Willis, one of their safeties, corners. It's just, I don't know, pretty crazy. And then another crazy game Monday night, Steelers and Chargers. The Steelers ended up winning, but Le'Veon Bell with the Wildcat at the end of the game. God forbid he does not get in that end zone. They lose that game. That play should have never took 5 seconds. Le'Veon Bell liked to take his time and just find the right hole. He barely made it to. God forbid he got tackled. It would have been the stupidest call in NFL history. I'm surprised they didn't take the field goal. And if you're not going to take the field goal, you better run something quick and call a timeout with 1 second left. Something that's going to take less than 5 seconds to run. Gutsy call by the Steelers, but it paid off for them, and they ended up winning. But let me get into my week 6 picks. I know this is a longer video than usual because I've been talking and it was a pretty crazy week. So I picked the Falcons. They already lost, but I'm picking the Jets over the Redskins. I'm picking the Cardinals over the Steelers. I'm picking the Vikings over the Chiefs. Picking the Bills in an upset over the Bengals. I'm picking the Lions in an upset over the Bears. I'm picking the Broncos over the Browns. I'm picking the Jaguars over the Texans. I'm picking the Titans over the Dolphins. I'm picking the Seahawks over the Panthers. And I am picking the Packers over the Chargers. I'm going to pick the Ravens over the 49ers. That was a difficult game to decide. And I'm going to pick the Patriots over the Colts on Sunday Night Football. Giants, Eagles, Monday Night Football. Let's go Big Blue, baby. And that'll do it for my Week 6 picks and my Week 5 recap. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give it a like rating. This has been Jay Flinney, and I'll talk to you guys all later. Peace.